How's it going? Welcome back my beautiful sinners to another great and amazing majestical video with your boy the Savior. That's right, Papa Savior is back at it again. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, which is highly likely, go down below and subscribe and give me a like if you want or dislike it. Although, hey, I can't see it because YouTube likes to censor everything. What a time to be alive. Ooh, who knows if I'm making a bad video? I don't know. Do you know? Oh, what a time. What a great time to be a YouTuber. Am I right, Sunny Boys? If you are new to the channel, become a sinner because trust me, this channel isn't like anything else on YouTube. We mix up all of our content. This channel offers a wide range of content and music. I do make electronic music, so go support me by listening to my music on Spotify. If you like synth-based electronic music, you're gonna really love what I do because, again, it's not really traditional. And if you do subscribe, anyone who has subscribed in the last week will receive a shout out. I will personally come to your house and contaminate your water supply with DMT if you subscribe to the channel. That's right, this is an offer you cannot miss. Today, boys, I am discussing Dying Light 2, and this is why you should not buy Dying Light 2. Do not buy Dying Light 2, okay? And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Savior, that's crazy. This game looks goddamn amazing. It's the newest and hottest game. Why wouldn't I want to buy Dying Light 2? Now, let me just say, I don't think Dying Light 2 sucks. I don't think Dying Light 2 is a bad game. However, I am saying do not buy Dying Light 2 because, first and foremost, people are so eager just to waste their money on the newest and hottest trend or media entertainment when literally, if you just wait a few months, you can get it for a fraction of the price. I mean, it's just so stupid. So that's why I'm saying do not buy Dying Light 2, because it reinforces the current AAA gaming industry that we have, and I really have a problem with that, and I've made many videos discussing why I hate modern day gaming industry and why most modern day games are absolute trash, and Dying Light 2 is a bad game. In many ways, it's not great, okay? It's still pretty janky. It's nowhere near as bad as something like Cyberpunk 2077, but just because it's vaguely polished doesn't mean that we need to be praising it. I mean, games never used to be like this, okay? Just because something works doesn't mean that it's praiseworthy. I mean, that's a complete joke. They weren't buggy piles of janky mess with tons of microtransactions thrown at you 24/7 or content missing that is going to be updated down the line. No, it was already good to go from when you first purchased the game. So in recent times, we have seen the gaming industry push out some absolute trash, okay? Cyberpunk 2077, the new Battlefield game, the new Call of Duty game, Far Cry 6, which was basically just another rehash, another skin on the same old formula. The gaming industry aren't pushing new boundaries anymore. They're not doing anything new. This open world formulaic design has become so mainstream and so ingrained with the AAA gaming industry now that you can't really escape it. And Dying Light 2 is not a bad game. If you like open world games, you might actually like Dying Light 2. The problem is, Dying Light 2 feels so formulaic and it's so bloated with this open world AAA gaming design where it's basically just so massive for the sake of being so massive. I would much rather a condensed world. For example, Metro Exodus had little hub open world areas, but all of them were so packed and brimming with detail, they weren't reusing the same assets time and time again, and it really felt like a real lived-in place. It was just so packed with so much detail instead of just using the same old recycled content over and over again. Dying Light 2 is bad, okay, because it follows the same formulaic open world game approach, okay? And what I mean by that is it's just so massive and they fill it with so many little side quests and pointless little tasks like, ooh, you've got to collect this many herbs so you can 420 blaze it and forget that you're literally wasting your time playing the same old thing time and time again instead of actually experiencing a new media, a new type of game with interesting and unique mechanics. Ooh, how about the wonderful Ubisoft mechanic that we love to see time and time again in our video games? You have to climb a tower. Don't ask me why you've got to climb a tower. Why is it up there? I don't know. I'm going to go into detail and tell you why I think Dying Light 2 sucks and why Dying Light 2 is a bad game in many aspects, and why I'm saying do not buy Dying Light 2. However, I'm not saying this game isn't worth playing. I'm not saying this game is actually bad. I'm saying it's got bad aspects in it, but overall, as a package, it's not too bad. If you enjoy those types of open world games like Far Cry, like Assassin's Creed, like the previous Dying Light, like so many other open world games that have just come out in the last decade, it does add content to the original Dying Light. And if you like deep RPGs, then this probably won't be for you. But if you like softcore, little RPG games like, for example, Cyberpunk 2077, where it felt like you were actually making choices, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't actually change the game all that much, Dying Light 2 will be for you. Now, the choices in this game, okay, yeah, some of them do actually matter. They aren't going to be massive choices with real consequences, as it were, compared to a proper, true RPG like Fallout New Vegas, for example. This type of game is very good at giving you the illusion of choice. It's very good at making you feel like the choices that you make in this game actually matter, and to some degree they do. The faction system in this is okay, but it's nowhere near as groundbreaking as something like Fallout New Vegas or Mass Effect. Like I said before, the faction system doesn't really come into effect that much. It basically just means what type of gear you're going to find out there in the open world, things that will help your character. If you want to be more fast moving and you like the whole parkour movement, then you're going to go with the faction that suits that type of gameplay. If you like more robust, heavy weapons and defense type gameplay, then you're going to go with the other faction. It's not so much like a story, massive consequence. Yeah, some of them actually do matter, and that's pretty cool, and it's going to change the story, but it's still very linear. It's like you're going to go down this path or you're going to go down that path. Like I said, the same thing with Cyberpunk 2077, you're going to end up at the same place, but the way you get there will change. It's not a true RPG in the sense of Mass Effect, where every little decision you make is a huge, huge deal, because it's going to have real consequences down the line. Or, for example, Fallout New Vegas, where every conversation you have could change the game, and all of these different factions will interact with each other, and you have a morality system based off of the factions you align with. No, it's very shallow RPG mechanics, but for this type of audience, who is going to like Dying Light 2, then it's perfect, okay? So if that all sounds good, then you're gonna love this type of game. If you like playing Spider-Man on PS4, if you like just kind of casual gaming, let's just say, and I'm not a hardcore gamer, I just mean in today's standards, AAA games have become casual. Savior, why do you hate the game? But actually, no, I don't, okay? Like I said, it's just a few aspects I have a problem with, and I'm sure some people are gonna be angry with me, but really, I don't actually dislike the game, okay? It's a perfectly good game, and in recent times, this is actually one of the best games because at least it's polished, at least it actually adds some new mechanics, but at the same time, it is just a generic open world zombie game, and we have seen so many of them, and I'm just so bored of them, to be honest. So, the issues that I do have with this is the difficulty. Let's just start off with that. Now, recently, I personally have been playing a lot of Dark Souls, and I've been really getting invested into the Dark Souls franchise, and I don't want every game to be like Dark Souls, but it just made me realize that when it comes to do with games, I want a challenge. I really want to feel that amazing rush of satisfaction when I defeat an enemy, that amazing satisfaction that you get when you have a challenge and you overcome it. Most games today in the modern day AAA gaming space aren't like that, okay? They are so easy, and sadly Dying Light falls into that category. There's no real penalty for failing. If, for example, when you go out at night, you actually lose everything, like all of your supplies, and you have to go back to retrieve all of your supplies like how you would in Dark Souls with your souls, or for example, you even lose some of your perks. I really do feel now that the more you are punished in a game, the more rewarding the experience is. And in a horror survival game like Dying Light, okay, this is essential. You need it to be absolutely terrifying, especially at nighttime. You really need to feel like the stakes are high, because if you know that, death doesn't mean anything and it won't really change the way you play the game, it won't really have any consequences for you and your progress and your character, then it really just takes away the suspense, in my opinion, I know a lot of people just don't see it like that, and I can't understand it, but for me, that's what makes a game great. And the horror that you should be feeling, you know, skulking around in the pitch black while all of these zombies are out to get you, you don't actually feel it because you know you don't really lose anything if you fail, if you die. It's just so easy, and I really hate that. Another thing I don't like, and we see this with many AAA games now, is, ooh mama, guess what? I don't like to be surprised anymore because I'm a 2022 gamer and I like to have everything shown to me. I like having everything explained, and I like to hold my mummy's hand as I play my video games now because guess what? This of course has X-ray vision. Ooh, X-ray vision. I love me some X-ray vision. You know, I just like to be reminded that no matter what game I play, no matter what modern day game I play, I always have the powers of Superman, and I just have this amazing X-ray vision wherever I go. No longer will you have to be worried or scared about entering a building filled full of decaying bodies that want to eat you alive and not knowing where they are in that building because, hey, you have X-ray vision. Isn't that great? Ooh, yeah, ooh, shabba-loo-ba-doo. I'm using my magic! Whoa! Doesn't that just scream survival horror experience? I'm just so tired of these open world games, their bullshit approach to game design, where it's just so bloated, full of pointless shit that you never want to do and that you're never gonna get the time to do unless you literally play this game for all of your life, okay? All of this endless bullshit that they just plaster on the map, this open world map, making the game always bigger. The sequel always has to be bigger. Guess what? Dying Light 3 is going to have a 5 times bigger map. Dying Light 4 is going to have an 8 times bigger map. They always do that with Assassin's Creed, with Far Cry, with these type of generic open world games. It's always about just upping the size of the map, like that somehow makes the game fucking better. Oh, I mean, it's so corporate and I'm just sick of it. And this isn't a bad game. I know people are gonna be pissed at me because I think I'm attacking Dying Light 2, and then actually, for the first time in a few years, we've actually got a polished AAA game here that's actually fun to play. The gameplay is fun, but it's the principle of these modern day games now that are literally destroying the gaming industry. The gaming industry used to be so great. It used to have passionate developers who would actually innovate and add interesting mechanics into gaming, but now it's not like that whatsoever. The only hope we really have is in the indie community and the occasional AAA game that actually blows all expectations out of the water. Now, this is pretty much how I thought it would be, and in fact, it's better than I thought it would be. This is not a bad game. Dying Light 2 sucks in many regards because of what I've just said, but the actual foundation of the game isn't bad, okay? It's not broken, and it's actually pretty fun to play, but the problem still stands. I just want to make it clear that I'm not making this video to try and be different from everyone else and just try and shit on something because it's popular or because people like it. I love the fact that people can enjoy this game. I will just give Dying Light 2 a little bit of praise here. They have added some things that I do like. Now when you climb, you actually have a stamina bar, kind of like you do in Zelda Breath of the Wild. The combat has been overhauled and it's just far more satisfying, and it's far more gory and just gross and just fun to do. The story is better with its choices. It does make you feel like you actually do have some control in this world, but that leads me to the problems I have with this. Like I said, it's too easy. There's no penalty for death or anything like that, really. It's far too easy. Number 2 is the perk systems. I'm just so bored of these games that never try and rethink about how you're going to progress your character or level up the way you play. It's always just the same old perk system type bullshit, where instead of adding points into your character like you would in Dark Souls or Fallout, for example, where you can really, you know, fine-tune your character and you're gonna have so many different styles of playing, you just choose a generic perk tree and you go down this linear route and it unlocks these generic skills. Okay, so here are a few recent subscribers in the last 7 days. I'm not going to show you all of them, but here are the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subscribers in the last 7 days. So thank you to all of these beautiful people. I know a lot of them are smaller content creators themselves, so I hope this new system will help support you. And if you do want a shout out, like I said, make sure that you do subscribe. So shout out to Gaming with Whiskey, thank you very much. Super Mario Games, thank you very much. Coxford Gamer, thank you very much. Thank you very much, RRR. Thank you very much, EA Kid Gaming. Charlie the Gamer, Awaken Beats. Thank you all very much, and I hope that you join the channel and become a sinner, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.